Hello and welcome to another episode of Put Me in Coach on episode 96, Diamondbacks versus Dodgers, Game 2. Lineup of today, I don't know, Ketel Marte is back to DH, who knows about that, maybe he is. And it's, Gabe Marino is playing DH, Max Kempler playing left field, um, James McCain playing catcher, and I think the rest is the same. And then Jorge Barrosa came in to play uh, center field in the bottom of the fifth because of Tommy Troy located his shoulder while he was trying for a catch and stuff, uh, and then he came in to also pitch hit for Tommy Troy as well. And then Vargas came in to play third base to take over Nolan Arenado. So that's basically it and stuff. And that was in the ninth. He came in to play third base in the ninth. And also he came in to pitch hit for him too. So that's that. Looking up the line up and the numbers of the hits, pretty solid, going back to back and, destroying the Dodgers pitchers, man, it's absolutely insane. But I would definitely say that people really struggle. Tommy Troy went 0 for 1. I'm more surprised by that, but again, he got injured in like the 6th or the 5th and stuff. So he didn't really get a lot of a time to hit and stuff. And then Corbin Carroll went 0 for 4. Marte went 0 for 5. I keep telling my dad, just like, look at Marte's swing. Like, in some ways enough, yes, it's getting better. He can hit and stuff. It's just, I think in where it's having problems and stuff is basically of, he gets jammed a lot and stuff, and he just does weird swings. And, like, well, don't go for those. If you want to hack them, do more a decent swing than just a weird hack. And I think Perdomo went 0 for 3 as well. So, but the rest got a lot and more than just one hit, more hits and stuff. But yeah, and then the people came in to pitch hit as well, didn't really do so well, but it's still a positive, Marino went 2 for 3. Tim Tawa is just still having a day with 3 for 5. That's insane. Nobody didn't see James McCain go 2 for 4 and stuff. But, Nolan Arenado, Max Kempler is, coming in and get some base hits here and there and stuff. So, that's a positive and stuff. And, you don't really see that very often enough we do against the Dodgers and stuff because the Dodgers do the same to us. So, it's good to see a change and stuff, and good to see the Diamondbacks on a heating streak right now and stuff, especially enough the offense is doing well. So that is that. Pitching wise, enough. Starting pitcher for this game is Brandon Pfaadt. He went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, struck out 2, walked none. That's pretty good. No walks and stuff, and gave up 2 runs and stuff. So he did really, really good and stuff. At the end, I think he got a little tired a little bit and gave up a couple hits here and there and a couple runs. So it's something about what Brandon Pfaadt is and stuff, but he can't really end it on a good note. But fortunately enough, he had a good game overall and stuff. And then the Dodgers pitcher is Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, struck out 6, walked 4, and then gave up 6 runs. So obviously enough, the World Series MVP pretty much got lit up from the Diamondbacks offense and stuff. So I think that's kind of crazy to see that often and stuff. Obviously enough, Yamamoto is a really good pitcher, especially he's in the All-Star and stuff. But that day, it's just no. I don't know. I guess the Diamondbacks just keep being, you know, uh, I'm trying to get the word, uh, patience and stuff at the plate, and it really costs a lot to the other opponent teams. And if they can do pretty good on a good pitcher, they can do good on any team. So that is that. And then the Diamondbacks bullpen uh, was Brandon Garcia, Kevin Ginkel, Juan Morello, and Philip Abner at the end. So pretty good. Scoring wise of enough, I downed a little down and stuff. These are the ones that are important to talk about and stuff. Tim Tawa with the RBI double to make it 3-0 top of the sixth. James McCain with a 3 home run to make it 6-0 top of the sixth. Andy Padres with a RBI single to make it 1-6 bottom of the sixth. And then Mookie Betts with RBI single, I meant to say, making 2-6 bottom of the sixth. That's the only runs Dodgers got. I'm getting this correctly and stuff. I didn't miss one. And then Nolan Arenado with a solo home run to make it 8-2 top of the ninth. And then James McCain with another home run, but this time it was a solo home run. This is the second home run in this game to make it 9-2, top of the eighth, and it was a back-to-back home run with Nolan Arenado. And that is the final score, 9-2. Our record right now is 48-47, so we are now one up over 500. That's good. To be right there and stuff. Also, we won the series over the Dodgers, and this is our first time winning a series over the Dodgers. So that's that. Hopefully, we can go for a sweep for the next day. That's today and stuff. I don't know what time they are playing and stuff, but I hope enough of the Diamondbacks go out all in and stuff for the third game, and pretty much have a good win to the All-Star break and the end of the first half of the season. So hopefully we'll do that and stuff. If not, then it's not going to be anything because, we're going to do it of it. I prefer enough. Like, I would like to get this week because I want to win every game there is and stuff, but winning a series is probably much better than what it is at this time, and but you want to go out there and do the best you can and do your best to win overall and stuff. So that's that. Progress. I think they just gotta keep going and stuff. Doesn't matter enough of these are the freaking Dodgers. Like who cares? They are making errors as well, and stuff. Keep them making the errors. Like I think those are the things we gotta capitalize on and stuff and do good and stuff. So all of that matters very, very well and stuff. Marte needs to do something, dude. Like I know he can swing. It's not pretty at the time and stuff. And I wish he can do a lot better and stuff. He has a good swing, but sometimes enough it just doesn't look good and stuff. I even was like trying to show my dad and stuff where it's just like he just like goes hack or something like it's nowhere in the zone and he just hits it right to the second baseman, ground out, get out and stuff. Where enough of how about you can do a good decent swing and make it more difficult for your opponent team on defense and stuff. So it's not really happening and stuff because he got to change. Because you never know, things can do change in a better way. Depends on of it and stuff. So that's that progress. There's nothing about pitching wise enough. This is too good in a way enough. They just gotta keep it, be consistent, work hard, compete, everything and stuff. We gotta get into it and stuff. MVP for today of enough. Tim Tawa again. In a way, this is his second time going back-to-back MVP. Oh my goodness, guy is having a day and stuff. But where I'm not forgetting about anyone else and stuff, because there's another MVP today and stuff, and that is James McCain, because I'm not forgetting those 2 home runs. He is dominated and stuff, and it's a good see to have him come back and stuff, because he's kind of like our backup catcher in some ways, and now because we have 3 at the time, and so Marino is our start. ADC is our kind of like our backup DH situation and stuff, and James McCain is our like 2-time backup catcher and stuff. So it's good to see him and stuff. Like, even enough of my dad keeps looking at him just like he's a big giant dude, he can hit, and he can and stuff. Sometimes he just struggles here and there and stuff, but this day he didn't. So good for him and stuff. It's also his second MVP on this podcast as well and stuff. So keep at it, D-backs. Just keep going, win some games, probably sweep the Dodgers. Who knows? It happens before. We did it in the playoffs. We can do it again at any time and stuff. Get heated. This is our. We are on a winning streak right now with 3 wins in a row and stuff. So that's pretty solid overall of enough. Winning over the Padres in 1, beating the Dodgers twice and stuff. So how about 4? Going to ending on a good note. On the first half of the season and stuff, going to the All-Star break, have a little break, have some fun and stuff, all these typical things and stuff. So it's gonna be a good time and stuff. And I'm excited for the All-Star game and stuff. Even the home run derby, that is going to be tomorrow on Monday and stuff. The All-Star game's on Tuesday, so get excited. I'm excited. We gotta love it, talk about baseball and all its typical things and stuff. So that's all that. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.